Welcome to House Cleaning 500. Today I'm going to go over the chemicals that we are going to use for cleaning the bathroom. As you well know, I like porcelain cleaner. It's one of my favorite cleaners, and it is the featured cleaner for the month of March. I like porcelain cleaner because it removes hard water stains, rust. It's just a nice overall cleaner. Cuts through scum, soap scum quickly, and just makes your cleaning time a lot faster with a little less elbow grease. It also works on fiberglass, as the name says. Porcelain, you can use it on tiles, you can use it on glass, all kinds of things. So it's just a nice, well-rounded cleaner. Since many of you can't get a hold of porcelain cleaner, you could just use any chemical from the grocery store. It's not going to work as well, but you can probably get away with it if you clean a little more often, keep things down. You are going to use a little more elbow grease as well, so just be prepared for that. You can use these scrubbing bubbles or Mr. Foamy, as we've discussed before, which also you would probably have to go through me to get a hold of. The only thing I dislike about these bubbles is that it's an aerosol, so you would be spraying a lot of bubbles to get an area clean, especially a shower. Seems like it would be a lot of smell or foam in the air, and I would think it would get to your lungs, so that's one reason why I wouldn't recommend it. I would probably recommend more of a liquid cleaner, which I don't have here with me, but you could find something in the store. As I've said, I use the porcelain cleaner now all the time, so I've never bought anything out of the store in, geez, I don't know, 10 years, 15 years, so I just use that. The thing you could use also is CLR, which stands for calcium, lime, and rust. You can usually find that at any hardware store, sometimes in the grocery store, Walmart, sometimes they carry it. That will eat off some of the hard water stains, but not as well as porcelain cleaner. But you could get away with it and soak things in it as well to get rid of that hard water scale. We can use the porcelain cleaner and the foam cleaners on the toilet, the bathtub, the countertops, anything you want to use it on. It's very diverse, all three of them, and you could use it on it. So it's a good overall cleaners for the bathroom. It'll just cover it all. If you have old porcelain, this is newer porcelain, what we have here, but if you have an old porcelain that's lost its finish, you may need to use an abrasive to get those stains out of there, because it's lost its finish. It could be darker in color and just not look as bright. You're going to need a little bit of a bleach cleaner, Ajax or Comet, to scrub in there and re-brighten it. Sometimes porcelain just gets old, you can't brighten it anymore, it's just time for a new sink. But if you need to get it back up to a little bit of a shine and look clean again, an abrasive is going to work for you. For the toilet, I use Ocean Blue. Ocean Blue is a harsh chemical. It's strong, but the water in Colorado is very hard. Here where I live in Carbondale, for some bizarre reason, we get this weird blue ring in our toilets, and it's not from the ocean blue. It's just something to do with how they purify the water for Carbondale. So I use Ocean Blue. It is extremely strong. If you're worried about chemicals or a little frightened of strong cleaners, then you don't want to mess with this. I would suggest maybe using what they have in the store and cleaning something to the best of their ability, your ability, I should say. It does come out yellow, and then it changes blue, which you can see it's discolored this bottle a little bit once it hits the water. It will burn you, it will burn concrete, it will burn tile, it will burn your clothes, it will burn everything. So it's a very high acid, and when I feature it, I will tell you all of the safety hazards on it, so that if you're interested in it, you know what to do with it, then you're more than welcome to get some. You can also use a pumice stone, which for some reason I thought I had it, but I'm not seeing it right now, to get the hard water off your toilet. My son's going to check real quick for me in this bucket. I would recommend a wand. I like a cotton wand. I don't know if you can really see it so well here, but I prefer that because what I've found with those stiff bristles is you go in and you're swirling it around the toilet, and the next thing you know is it sprays you in the face. And I don't like toilet water in my face, so it's just my preference, but it's up to you. So this is soft. It can go back into this. This is just an old Bud Light cup. Goes right back in there, and I can have it again for later. If you're interested in that, I can see about getting you one of these. I get the porcelain cleaner, the ocean blue, and all of this stuff through Aspen Maintenance, and I will look into that for you if you're interested. You may be able to find one at the grocery store. I'm not sure if you can. I haven't ever noticed one, but just keep an eye out. Maybe at a hardware store. I'd probably check a hardware store more than the grocery store for this cotton swab. My son found this porcelain stone for us. I don't know if you can see it too well. I'll try to hold it a little closer to the camera. Usually it comes in a more like a stick. This one's been used and worn down. It's a pumice stone, so it cuts all the hard water stains off the inside of the toilet. So you'd wear a glove and scrub against the inside of the toilet with this. Once we do the toilet, I'll show you more in detail on how this works. But it's really nice because it doesn't scratch the toilet, but it removes those hard water stains and cleans it up without tearing up the toilet. And this just crumbles apart, and so it doesn't hurt the porcelain of the toilet. The last cleaner I'm going to show you is Windex. So most everyone has Windex in their house for glass, for mirrors and stuff. I don't use Windex that much. I just prefer to use water. I know I'm a hot water believer, so if it's someplace where I can't get water to, or if I need to quickly just do it, I may come in with a squirt of Windex and then just wipe it down with a paper towel or a rag. Again, anytime you're using a trigger spray or these aerosols, it just puts stuff into the air and you're breathing it in. I definitely think you should play gently with your lungs. So with the porcelain cleaner and the ocean blue, you are going to get a little more of a smell, especially the ocean blue. Boy, that one will put off a lot of fumes, and you'll want to have an open window or pour it into the toilet and let it work and come back in about 10-15 minutes. You can have a little scratcher here. I would use this on the porcelain. I don't know if I would really use it that much on the fiberglass or the chrome of the sink because it will scratch. I mean, if you had one that's really worn, which this one isn't that worn yet, you might try it, but it can scratch. The only good thing about this is it does have a sponge, so you could load that with cleaner and maybe set it on an area that's bad, say a rust spot, and you can't get it out the first try, you could put the rust on there. Also the toothbrush, we've used the toothbrush on many times just to get around the edges or in the shower or around the toilet, around the screws that hold the seat in. A toothbrush comes in real handy in those times. Lastly, for me, I have a squeegee. I do not like those squeegees that they have in the store that's white handled and they have that squeegee part here. What you'll notice is it's very hard and stiff. So when you go to squeegee something down, it's just like kunk, and it just kind of, it doesn't really glide across there very well. It just kind of skids along, or they just don't work well. I don't like them. If you have one and you want to work with it, you're more than welcome. The thing I like about this, if you can see hopefully, is that this rubber is soft. So when you use this rubber on a mirror or your windows and your bathtub, it's going to mold to the surface. So when you squeegee it off, it's going to take all of that water off, or your cleaner, or whatever you need to squeegee off. This is going to go into the crevices or shape or whatever. I mean, not too much because it is stiff, but it's a lot better than those cheap ones at the grocery store. Is this one going to cost you more? Yes. Will you have this one probably for a lifetime? I would think so. So the choice is yours. You can have one of those cheap ones that I don't know how long they last, but you could have this one, and you could use this squeegee for all kinds of things that we'll discuss later, such as in the garage or squeegeeing all kinds of things. So these are the main cleaners and tools that I suggest for this bathroom. If you have any questions, or you may have your own cleaner, then you are more than welcome to give me an email and we'll discuss them. So let's move on to cleaning the sink.